Okay, welcome to another edition of Diffused Insights into the Men of doTERRA. And we have two very fine examples of the men of doTERRA here with Mark Ewen and Christian Overton. Welcome, guys.
Hi.
Great to have you here.
Thanks, Mark.
And what a fantastic setting here at the Grand America in Salt Lake City. So you couldn't think of a better opportunity to interview two fine examples of men of doTERRA. So here we go. I'm going to ask you guys some questions, but before I get into that, I just want to give you a bit of background. These guys, presidential diamonds and true trailblazers of doTERRA. They have been doing this for a while, and they know all about the journey that, which is that part and parcel of building a business in the world of essential oils. So it's a great privilege to have you with me. And men of true belief in the products, in the opportunity. They are passionate about what they do, and they have been an inspiration to my wife, who happens to be behind the camera, and myself. And but they've done it in a very different way. And just to give you a bit of insight there, these guys have pooled their skills, their talents, and I guess their differences, actually, their different skill sets and their strengths, and they've pulled them together in this business model and to become business partners, and of course to the great benefit of their respective families, their wives and their kids. So a little bit different to how we used to, but certainly I'm sure we'll get into that a little bit more as we speak to you both, and we'll get a bit of your insight into what you've done there. Let's go, guys. I'm sure everyone's itching to hear some answers here, so whoever feels the inclination to answer it first, then go for it, okay? So a question that many people think is quite simple, but I think it's a really, really good question. What is your favorite essential oil product, and why? Who wants to go with it first?
I'll grab it.
Okay, Mark.
Okay, it's my favorite essential oil because,
Because?
there's a reason behind it, and it's a blend, and it's On Guard.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. It's because when I got involved with this company, I wanted to believe that these oils actually worked. My wife came back from work, and one of her friends that she works with said that her wife was in hospital. The wife contracted MRSA, or staph infection, while she was there having a knee operation. And the guy called my wife, and my wife said, take in a bottle of On Guard. So he took in a bottle of On Guard that we gave him, and he put it all over his wife's feet. And the next day, when the nurses tested him, they could find no sign of that MRSA or staph.
Wow.
And so my belief from that, and this happened right at the beginning of when Chris and I got involved, just went through the roof. So favorite, absolutely. And we travel a lot. So
What a powerful moment, hey,
yeah,
to start with.
Yeah, absolutely. And jumping on those planes as well, someone's coughing or spluttering all the time, most of the time, and so having that On Guard as you travel is just perfect.
Good call.
Yeah.
Good call. And we can't go on without hearing Christian's answer.
Mine's a real simple one. It's changed though. It has evolved, and then it's gone back to a real basic one, but that is peppermint.
Okay.
I love the peppermint beadlets.
Yeah.
I don't go anywhere without them.
Okay.
I have found several uses other than just having good breath, which Mark has accused me of not having from time to time. I don't know why he's getting that close to me. But I love the peppermint beadlets. It's easy to share with people and give people an immediate experience. There you go. So that's mine.
The banter has already begun. It's already started. The trash talking.
Oh yes.
Oh, that's good. That's very insightful. That's good. Now, tell us about your first introduction. That might be sort of, I think, where we just came from. The first introduction to the oils. And how did it all begin for you?
I was sitting. Actually, I became reacquainted with a woman who I knew growing up as young kids, and I had actually, and this goes to show that you never know where an opportunity is going to resurface.
Very true.
I had actually rented an ATV from a local rental office, at which point I had tried to give him a card of my business at that time. Well, fast forward a year later, this woman that introduced doTERRA to us had gone down trying to recruit this other gentleman who had my card, and which in turn she gave to him, and she ended up contacting me.
Okay.
And that's how that happened.
Okay.
And that's how I actually heard about the oils, and actually respected her story enough to where I agreed to go down and meet with the owners of the company.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Pretty amazing.
And it's changed your life, hasn't it?
It's totally changed my life, and you never know when and where and how it's going to happen.
I
But
know.
if your heart's in the right place and you're truly looking for a way to better yourself and others, I believe that those opportunities arise.
Absolutely. Well said. Well said. All right, we're going to jump through the next one. How did you feel when the oils first came into your home? Was this the right thing for you? Or
Yeah, it was exciting, and it really made you realise that a lot of these products that you're buying off the shelf for cleaning agents or your laundry or your toothpaste, most of these other products out there have got synthetic fillers, chemicals in there, things that are not good for us. And so to be able to then make your home, your household, a place where you can walk around in bare feet after you've done the cleaning, instead of possibly going and walking around on a floor full of chemicals. It's nice to know that. Both got kids, yeah. And so the house smells like a spa most of the time when we're diffusing stuff, and it's pretty much, I'd say most of our houses, even yours, is probably a doTERRA house.
Oh, diffusers in every room. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So there was no skepticism on your point. It was like, yep, let's do it. You've both been involved with multi-level marketing before, so you.
Yeah, but nothing quite like what doTERRA offered us in way of complete lifestyle change.
Yeah.
And it has dramatically improved, certain things that it's created awareness, I guess, in what's in certain products and what we have in doTERRA, and obviously it's a clear choice to make for
Cool. Thanks, guys. So what do you enjoy about doTERRA as a company? I mean, the sort of things that stand out, maybe one or two things that really stand out. What do you enjoy about it?
Originally we got involved with this mark for the business opportunity. We had to look at a way that both of us could look after our families.
Yep.
And the oils are talked about a lot, and what doTERRA is doing with healing hands, etc. It's talked about a lot. They're magnificent things, but a lot of the time the compensation plan's not talked about. And so for us, we got involved originally when we saw that it was a viable compensation plan model, and we put it to the test, and we're amazed by how it's been able to provide basically a over 65% retention rate of most of our business. Most other companies out there, it's under 10%.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that was a huge thing that stood out to me amongst many when I got involved, and I know Chris would have felt the same.
And you
way.
both have your own projects. I mean, we were just learning today about you going to Thailand, and it's just incredible to hear that. I didn't know that about you, so it's beautiful to hear those stories. Yeah, there's much more to the story than we know.
Well, I believe what's happened and what doTERRA's allowed us to do is provide a platform in which we can go out and take part in doing some of these other things around the world.
Give back.
Yeah.
So it leads me to the next question. I mean, what makes doTERRA different? I mean, that's a big, broad question, but in a nutshell, what is different about this company? People say it's more of a mission than a company. I mean, do you agree with that?
I would totally agree with that, Mark. I think doTERRA represents much more than most other companies out there, where it's not about the hype and the flash and the money and walking across the stages with your checks or your new cars. I think it represents much more, and that is improving lifestyles, bettering people, helping people develop into what they're truly created and put on this earth to become. And so that's what my experience with doTERRA has become and is today, is a way to be able to go out and reach people, offer some, an opportunity and products that can really make a difference in their lives.
Well said. Awesome, guys. So what do you say to men, and this is a big one for me, what do you say to men who aren't convinced about doTERRA, perhaps their wives or partners are doing it, and they just look on the sideline looking and going, I don't know about this, there's not much money coming back and there's a lot of money going in the beginning. So what do you say to men who are in that
Get
point?
over it.
Get over it.
Go look at some of the wives in this company, and you'll see their husbands now involved with their wives, and it's because of that. And Mark and Jody, you guys are a perfect example of that. But no, we've seen that all around, and that's another thing that's not typical in the direct selling industry, where it's the wife has gone out and thought this would be a part-time fun way to be able to interact with other women, and it's quickly turned into the ability for their husbands to actually leave and be able to do this with them. So
What a gift.
what a gift.
Quick
What a
get men
gift.
home so they can be with the kids and
Absolutely.
just share the journey.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, bit of a change of gears. How do you see men's health at the moment? I mean, is it something that you think about on your journey? How you can help with men's journey with their own health, mental health as well, of course.
Yeah, it's important.
Yeah.
And mental health. Actually, one of Chris and I, our key leaders, passed away. One of those issues, and we saw how that affected the family and out from there. But I think that's a huge issue, not just like about that one certain person we were talking about, but like global. It's a major issue, and with the social media stuff going on, what people are reading, what they're being influenced by. I think these oils, the emotional oils especially, are going to play a huge role for people suffering from any of that.
So you find that you only reach men halfway sometimes. You just got to come back and feature that.
Right. The other thing, we've got like people out there with, I mean, you saw all the famous athletes that are now using doTERRA. They've got announced at the convention, and some friends of ours who are also presidentials. We've got rugby teams that they've got using the oils, etc.
I'm a big basketball fan. I'm a Boston Celtics, New York Knicks.
Right.
And these are big things for
It's
me.
amazing, isn't it? Yeah.
It's great.
And let me just address one thing real quickly, Mark. From a mental standpoint for a man, I know that, and from my own experience and from many others that are working a 9-to-5 job, and they could be being paid very nice salaries and very good commissions, but you're still working and you're trading your time, your valuable time, for whatever you're making. And when you make that transition, when you're able to go from that job to a lifestyle to where you get to decide when you work and how much money you have, that alone in your own mindset, your own personal, your own emotional state of mind and that type of thing, it's a huge improvement. It makes a big difference.
We've been in this for like, what, 7 years now?
7 years.
And one more last thing on men's health. Both of us have probably only missed a few days collectively over those 7 years of missing out on taking that lifelong vitality pack. We both attest to it. It's such
Which
a
is
grand
the only thing that
product.
really keeps him sane most of the time. So,
and
keep taking
he's
it,
the
Mark.
thing that keeps me on at the IN before the same part.
All right, you two. What do you see as the future of essential oils in the world? And I had a chance I was talking to you before, but Corey Lindley was talking to me about this. This is huge. I mean, your future of essential oils is big, and I mean, I don't see any limit on it myself, but you might have a few thoughts you want to share?
Look, I think that people who have used essential oils, that have had an experience with essential oils, would put most things on the back burner before they would give up their essential oils. I really do. And when you've got something that powerful, I just don't see it going away anytime in the next many decades. I mean, look how long essential oils have been on the earth. Now they've been reinvented, they've been sourced at the most pure levels, and they're just going to be around forever. They really will be.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. So a couple of quick questions. There's 2 more to go. Tell us about the last time you shared essential oils with someone. There's some crazy stuff I hear from people. So maybe an obscure moment or obscure story, just recently perhaps, that happened.
Well, it was just before with that peppermint beetle.
Still,
Great.
do you know about these, Christian?
Right,
Yeah. Nothing comes to mind? I know you guys travel a lot, so...
Well, we do, and I've had many opportunities. I'm trying to think of the last...
I got one way thing of it.
Yeah.
So we went to an event and we didn't know the lady. You remember it was up in Ogden, and there was a lady who was about in her 70s, and what are you doing here? And there were probably 11 people there. What are you doing here? And she said, oh, so-and-so brought me along. Just thought I'd come along and support her. And we noticed her hands were coupled over like this, right? So instantly you're thinking probably arthritis. And that's what she said she had. And she said she's been taking a lot of medicine, prescription stuff for that for many, many years, and hadn't been able to really move her hands. So I rubbed Deep Blue on her knuckles and massaged it in, and remembered at the end of that meeting just to ask her, whether they'd done anything. Now she started doing this in front of people and said she hadn't been able to have that much flexibility in many years. Funnily enough, all 11 joined. So we had 11 new wellness advocates join the team.
Pretty amazing.
That's great.
But it shows you the power as well of these essential oils working quickly. You don't have to wait 2 weeks for something to happen.
It gives you goosebumps, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does.
And really, I mean, honestly, Mark, we don't let too many opportunities go without taking that, sharing our experience and what these can do. We know that it can make a huge difference in people's lives,
and it just goes to show
and hope. And one of the things that I'm really looking forward to doing here coming up, and I haven't talked to the company about this yet, but it was announced at convention, this new partnership with this new humanitarian outreach with sex traffic, slavery and sex trafficked girls. So I'm going to go to the company and see if I can get these labels translated into Thai, so that on my next trip next month, I can take those down there and maybe get those out to some of the girls. So,
fantastic.
Yeah, always an opportunity to share, right?
That was really great hearing about that. Yeah, I'm impressed. And it just goes to show, even at this level, they're presidential diamonds, and they're still sharing, still doing classes, still out there sharing these oils. One last question, guys, and as I said, this might differ in some sense to individuals, but what is your role in this business? What do you do anything differently to each other that you can hear about?
So we both actually have a lot of the same skills because we've been in network marketing for quite a while. Chris is definitely, I mean, he can speak for himself, but a wonderful people person, and I am myself. I think my strengths with it is I love the training aspect of the business. I realise that if people don't know what they're doing, then they just don't know the direction to go. And you don't want people out there feeling helpless. They don't know how to use the oils or how to build this as a business. And so training, it's just been a thing that I've just kind of honed in on as one of my strengths, and I love it.
Awesome.
Do a lot of online training with people, and then obviously going out to groups as well and giving them some training.
I can see you doing that.
So that's one of
It's
those
one
things.
thing. It's one thing. I know there's many.
Yeah, we could sit here for ages. I got so many.
In my mind, I was like, you both take half the team and the other half here, and you just like, you look like that, those 3 legs, and these 6 legs or whatever.
Mark, I just love people. I love interacting with people. I love trying to motivate and inspire and helping people realize their true potential. And it makes it really easy to do that when you've got a company like doTERRA representing and it's a perfect marriage there between the two. Synergy. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah.
Well, look, that's fantastic to really get some insight into your journey, your business, and as partners, it's you've been inspiring, as I said before, and great to have you share your thoughts with us and the world. Thank you both very much.
Thanks,
Legends.
Mark.
Legends.
Thank you very much.
And thanks, Jody.
Until next time, thanks everybody for joining us. And I normally have a viewer question. I'm a bit stumped. I'm a bit out of my comfort zone. Look, I haven't got a viewer question, but I just really, as I know there's no real team in doTERRA, but these guys are our uplines, and we've Jody and I can't speak for Jody, she's around the other side of the camera, but we've both looked to you for inspiration on many occasions over the years. So thank you both very, very much. All right. Okay, guys, until next time, thank you for joining us.
See ya.